So what's been really interesting is then understanding and watching the PMO industry over the last few years. So, project management, as Eileen was talking about, more and more of a profession than it's ever been, and the need then for the PMOs is growing and existing in all sorts of industries across the entire globe. It's been absolutely phenomenal to start watching, when I started out from my timesheet administrator days to now seeing job adverts for PMO directors, and then being able to play at portfolio level, and these PMO directors being invited onto the board and the C-suite, etc. So it's absolutely phenomenal to see all of this. You only have to have a look at the P30 manual to see all the different types of roles that are available. For me, I always think of the PMO as a rugby team. I used to play a little while ago, but there's a role for everybody. You can be the quick one on the wing or the short fat one at the front or the little, scrum half. You can be a generalist. You can be a specialist, and one of the things that we're all looking at is potentially, T-shaped people in that you've got that high-level helicopter view of everything that your PMO might be doing, but then you might want to delve and have a specialism. Or you can then look to move on into the management positions as well. You only have to look at the job adverts to see the myriad of titles available. My team will know I have a standing joke. We've got about 450 people in our digital service, and we've probably got about 451 job titles, to be perfectly honest. So this is a challenge as well as obviously an opportunity in terms of everything there is. Even amongst, across Parliament, we've got several PMOs, and we're just doing some work on the job families. And we all use the same job titles, but they're actually slightly different jobs. So, one of the things that we're going to be looking at in the future is using the PMO competency framework to absolutely provide that professionalism and that standardism across the board, so that if you're applying for a project analyst position in any of the companies, then hopefully you've got more of an expectation about what it will be. So we've seen things from, when I started out, a timesheet administrator, going from the PMO admin assistant through to providing more of the support, and the guidance, so being able to now, help and advise and guide our project managers through what they're going, right up to the portfolio level, and then being able to advise the executive board, about what we should be doing about prioritisation. PMO being that critical friend and introducing maybe a little bit more objectivity rather than the who shouts loudest for which project that we want to be done as an organisation. And it's even more exciting because one of the things that we're seeing in our organisation is even more roles coming about. And it's not necessarily now just project management, just PMO. Hands up if you're dabbling with robotic process automation. Hands up if you're looking at predictive analytics. And this is where I get really excited, and my team will know about this. We brought a chap into our team to be able to be doing Power BI. And so I got all excited and all the rest of it. And then they learned Power Apps as well. So we're now taking advantage of the Power Platform. And I've also learned now that Power Bots are coming. So that's the next thing on my list that the team know that I'm into there. So there is a myriad. And I know John McIntyre, one of the other speakers here today, also talks about, when you're looking at your professional development, don't just limit it to potentially just PMO project management. There's all this other stuff that is coming too.